Hey guys, it's Jeff. So in today's video, I want to talk about the Sig P320 in the M18 configuration, coming up after this. Alright guys, I'm back. So this is the M18. This is the weapon that the military adopted in, I believe it was 2017, 2018. It's been around for a couple of years prior to that. I came from the Sig P320 world. Really wanted to up my game, but I have a philosophy about pistols, and they either have an external safety if they're striker fired, or they have an external hammer like the M250 does, or I'm sorry, the P250 does. So I was waiting, I was holding out for the 320 with the manual safety, and when the M18 came out, I knew that that was going to be a winner for me. So finally was able to pick one up. Just want to do a quick tabletop with you guys. You know that these are the other guns the military used to use. I qualified on all three, I qualified on these two when I was on active duty. As a lowly E1, I qualified on the 1911. Later on, I qualified on the M9 when they came to our unit. So I'm very familiar with these guns on the table. I like them a lot, but this video is around the 320, so I'm going to get these guys out of your way so you don't have to look at them anymore, and let's just focus down on this guy here. So what is the 320 M18? Well, it is a modular handgun system that SigSauer was able to enter into the modular handgun contest for the U.S. military to replace the M9 that was currently in existence, the Beretta M9. They were looking at multiple types of handguns, and some of the criteria that they had to have the ability to fit different kinds of shooters, knowing that, you know, there's more women in combat units that could be carrying a sidearm. They wanted to make sure that people with smaller hands, smaller stature, smaller frames could still manipulate the firearm. Now I have a medium-sized hand, and this medium-sized grip works just fine for me. I'm able to reach the trigger, no problem at all. So what are some of the features on this gun? Well, this is Coyote Tan. Obviously, it's in a tan color. We're fighting a lot of wars in the desert, and so Coyote Tan was a color that they chose, that they opted for the pistol. Now these grip modules are easy to replace. They're very inexpensive to manufacture and produce, and so if you need to go with a foliage green or a black, that is an easy thing to accomplish for SigSauer. You just have to scale up your manufacturing and divert it from the private sector back into the military's hands so they can get whatever that is that they need for their use cases. Now, going through this, what do you have? Well, you have most notably, you have the RMR cutout on the top. You access it from two screws underneath here. This plate comes off and you can put an RMR on there. Now, it does have the flat cuts, so you can do a boot charge on this pistol if you had to reload one-handed. That is a nice little feature. Another, sticking with the sights here for a second, these are tritium sights. They do glow. I don't know if I could even demonstrate that for you on camera, but they do glow. That is a nice little feature. Moving around the gun, ambidextrous safeties on both sides. Easy to manipulate. And when I first got it, it was a little harder to manipulate, but you know, after about 300 rounds or so, it did doing some drills, it did get easier to manage and manipulate. So it also has a loaded chamber indicator. So this little dilly right here will pop up whenever it has a round in the chamber, so you can feel that just by putting your finger down over it. Barrel length on this guy is 3.9 inches, and I'll show you that more when we get it broken down. This has a PVD coating on it, corrosion resistant finish. So that's pretty much, you know, forward slide serrations, for your forward press checks, if you want to see if there's a round inside in there, if you don't want to look for that, you know, if you don't want to rely on your Loaded chamber indicator, you can just do a quick press check and see if there's a round in there. We do know that smaller parts like this can fail, and the military is notorious for breaking shit. So yeah, anyway, so let me get this field stripped. Oh, it does have a bit of an extended mag release, so that's a nice little feature. It also does come with 2 of the 21 round magazines. Yeah, 2 of the 21 round magazines, and you can see that hopefully. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you. Yeah, there you go. 2 of the 21 round magazines and 1 of the 17 rounders. 17 round fits flush. This is the compact model, 3.9 inch barrel. This is the extended magazine 21 rounder. So if you were going into a combat zone, you want as many rounds as you can carry. Having 50 or so rounds of 9mm, you know, it's not the best, but it beats nothing, right? So once you lost your rifle, if you go into your sidearm, it's nice to have a few extra rounds in your magazines, right? So let's go ahead and disassemble this for you real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So as you can see, it's clear. And takedown is super simple. Field strip, just like that. No big deal. Goes back together just as easy. Now on this, because it is the modular handgun system, you're probably already familiar with this, but if you're not and you're watching this video, I'll just cover it real quick. You pop this pin out, it comes all the way out, it wiggles all the way out, and then you can lift this guy up here on the rails. So this piece, all of this metal in here, that's your serialized part. That piece right there that has the serial number, this whole piece just slides out of this chassis. You can discard this chassis, get another chassis and put it in, put that piece into it, put it all back together, and you have a new gun. Smaller grip, larger grip, whatever works for you, different colors, etc., etc. They've got some good aftermarket grips coming online. They've been out probably about a year now or so, but good aftermarket grips for, you know, more ergonomic cutouts for those who like that kind of thing. I'm more of a traditionalist, so I try to keep my stuff as I got it for the most part. And then reassembly is just as easy. Now, one little piece that is worth pointing out when reassembling it, this little plate on the back of the guide spring here is oval shaped, and if you go sideways with it, when you go to slide it back on, it will not go back on. So just an FYI, you put it back in, slides right back on, you pop that back in, and you're done, right? So, oh, that was another piece that worth showing. This slide stop is also a mag release. It does function as such. So if you're ambidextrous and you need to, you know, get it with your thumb, that does work for you. That is not a, it is actually a functional slide release. So,
any final thoughts?
It's a good gun. It really is. It's a little, it feels a little weird, a little top heavy, but it has a good, like the bore axis is kind of high off the hand, but it has a natural point, so it points very naturally. You don't have to spend a lot of time trying to line up the sights. It's right there. A little bit higher, so it's a little bit of a getting used to kind of thing, but yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Anyway, that's my video for the Sig P320, the M18 version that the Navy, Marine Corps, and Air Force picked up for their service weapon. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. And if you're not following me on MeWe, check me out. I like MeWe a little better than I'd like Facebook, and until Parler gets back, I'll probably continue to use Instagram a little bit, but Parler is going to be my place of choice. Parler and MeWe. Also look for me on Rumble, as well as you found me here on YouTube. Your engagement and your continued interaction with me is what motivates me to keep making this kind of content for you guys. So please continue to engage. If you haven't shared this with your friends, please consider sharing it with them too, because their engagement and their involvement is something that I look forward to. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.